使った方がいい。マイクを使って聞こえますかね、原さん。原さん、聞こえます？聞こえない。
マイク使ってください。
I'd like to have the parts of peace talk, and we do have some speakers for this part. So, James, I'd like to introduce you first. James Lynch will be moderating this part of the talk.
Thank you very much. I didn't know Colonel Nakagaki was going to have me say something, so I just jotted some things down quickly, okay? First of all, I want to thank everyone for coming out, because this is really a very important moment, I think, for Colonel Nakagaki, but also for the world. You know, we need to come together and do things that are from the heart, from the spirit, with love and compassion as our guide. So some of the things that I was jotting down as the sounds are going off, as the phone was going off, and things that might disturb our peace. But at the same time, that's the world we live in. We don't live in a forest. We live where the phones are going to go off and things are going to interrupt our peace. And we have to find ways to maintain our shape, our internal shape, our internal peace. And so one of the people that I was thinking about as I was preparing to become the moderator and introduce the other people was Thich Nhat Hanh. And one of the things he always says is peace is every step. It's not a journey, but it's every step we take. And so isn't it, I think, phenomenal that we're taking this step together today, on this sacred day. We're taking it together. And in a real way, we're taking the step together for the world. Also wanted to say something about Colonel Nakagaki. He's a very, very humble person. I think that he's doing so many wonderful things, and I think this is a phenomenal opportunity for him to do something that's really deep in his heart, to share compassion and love with the world. He does so much with, as he mentioned already, with Hiroshima and Nagasaki, remembering that. And I know that's deep in his heart, but it's also the other things that he does in the interfaith movement constantly in the New York City area and beyond. Those applause are not for me. And then the last few things I wanted to say was that one of the metaphors I used to use when I was studying to be an interfaith minister was the idea of a lighthouse. That a lighthouse can keep a ship from crashing into the rocks of disaster. And in a very real way, each of us coming here today is a human lighthouse. It may not seem like we can do a lot, but the tiny beam of light, of love and compassion that we share with each other may stop someone else from crashing into the rocks of disaster, maybe stopping someone from picking up a weapon and harming another human being. So it's really very wonderful that you all came today. And so one of the main things the last thing I want to say is that really we're here to provide hope. People say, what can we do? We're helping to provide hope. We can be bright, we can be cheerful, we can be kind, we can be warm-hearted, and we can provide hope. So those are my opening things. It doesn't have to be 10 minutes. That was it. And now I'm going to introduce.
Yeah, thank you so much. By the way, I didn't introduce him well, but we do have all the bio for your, what do you call it, paper you have. And that's also, currently he's a president of the Buddhist Council of New York. And so actually, well, in order for me to start this organization, I feel like very difficult to be president of the Buddhist Council to do this together. So actually I stepped down from the Buddhist Council, although I'm a vice chair still. I'm assisting him now. But at the same time, I'll be trying to concentrate this organization, and I'm very grateful that he has stepped into the presidency of Buddhist Council in New York. So anything about the Buddhist Council, you need some help, then he's the one that you should talk to. Okay? So I thank you again.
Thank you very much. All right, now we'll just have some presentations, approximately 10-minute presentations from various members in the audience. The first will be Mr. Tak Furumoto, and he's going to talk about Japanese American veterans and peace. Thank you so much. Mr. Furumoto. Give him a round of applause, please. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks, James. to feel the warm vibration here tonight. Peace. Thank you everybody for coming, and thanks so much for sharing this moment with Reverend Nakagaki, launching this Heiwa Peace and Reconciliation Foundation New York. I think we're going to put a ring on him. You know how active he is, how energetic he is. Now with this, hopefully, you can do some more. From Japan to United States, there was Vietnam War, and it didn't matter if I was incarcerated, I was an American citizen. And I did come back to this country, so I did volunteer. And I came back with PTSD and exposed Agent Orange. To this day, I take 10 pills every morning. But I'm in good spirits because I was able to dream the American dream. And together with Reverend Nakagaki, we've been practicing peace. And what this does to me, every year I read Peace Declaration. And this gives me inner peace. Not only inner peace, it's therapy, because myself, I have fought war. So I was able to do this for 25 years. And I would like to continue this, supporting Reverend Nakagaki, and I wish him so much luck and well. Again, it's shorter than 10 minutes, but I'm sure there's other speakers, so I'll cut it here. Maybe you may have a question later on, but thank you for giving me the opportunity to share my experience. Thank you.
Thank you. Actually, originally I was going to ask Tomiko-san to share also her talk, but then because I just wanted to stand up because she actually lost her husband recently, so I just wanted to express my. You wanted to say something, that's something, but okay, just okay. And then also I wanted to introduce Tinia Seeger, because his father, Seeger, prayed a couple of times, for our peace ceremony too. So I really recommend. And actually, they came because they just shovel, their house because the upstate. So like Poughkeepsie or some south area, so they have to really dig to come to this events. So I'm very grateful for that as well. So thank you so much. Just one.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your invitation to come. And well, I have nothing prepared to speak. So. But anyways, I was in a government farm. I was only 13 years old, and that was that experience had taught me a lot. And I think right now, I think I can go through anything. But losing my husband was the worst thing I think I went through. But anyway. I thank you so much for introduction. And this is Tinia Seeger. I am like her second mommy. So, anyways, well, thank you so much for listening to my talk. I didn't make much sense, I guess. Next time I'll be more prepared.
Thank you. In August. Last I don't know how 5-7 years, she's been part of the interface Hiroshima Nagasaki ceremony, and she shared the many story of her experience of atomic bomb. And in fact, for me, one of the reasons that I keep continue for his ceremony itself is because of such survivors who really share their thoughts on the difficulty, but yet the message itself is always important to bring the peace, awareness of the tragedy, but yet transforming all those tragedies. So that's one of the big reasons that I have been doing this for a long time. by the way, the lotus flowers is also represent. Oh, that's my part of the talk that I'm going to talk later. Sorry, but anyway, thank you so much. And I think Shinji Harada is on right now. Is okay, ready to go. Am I correct? Not yet. Oh, not yet. While I'm waiting, I just also want to introduce one of the reasons I was able to start this organization is Dr. Kazuko. Katsura-san. And so, maybe she just say a few words.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Kazuko Tatsumura Hiria, and I have been here 50 years. I came as a pianist invited by Boston Symphony, and I gave up very quickly because I'm not good enough. And I did a lot of things with cultural exchange. And now I'm a doctor of the holistic healing. Now I became very close to His Holiness Dalai Lama 1972 when I tried to invite a Tibetan culture group. And that was not there anymore, but he was trying to make it. So I went to Dharamsala. It was one of the first Japanese person. But anyhow, to make my story very short, what it is I wanted to tell you is every single life is equal to yours. So Dalai Lama taught me certain importance of little cockroaches, cats, dog, everything. And this is my interpretation of compassion, is to be able to become that particular life force. In other words, if you cockroach run around in front of you, you have to make yourself become a cockroach so that it feels like being a monster is running to you, and so you don't kill them unnecessarily unless they're hurting you. So this is compassion. Compassion is not pity. People very often misunderstand compassion as a pity. Compassion is to be able to become that particular, the other life force, life. And that is so equally important. This is what I think. And then so life goes on. Human being is the only living thing who can think like this. Maybe cockroach cannot think about it. But so this is what the ability who has given to human being only. I am celebrating His Holiness' birthday every year in New York City, July 6th. And this year also in Marriott Essex House. If you are by any chance can come, I would deeply like your life force to be there, because these are beautiful people, and I thank you very much for giving us opportunity to. I also have a foundation. It's not a money-making thing. It is only less than a cost of a dinner and a beautiful celebration of the entire Earth, planet, countries, and each countries they pray for this peace. So they call world peace through compassion. Thank you very much for this opportunity to speak about it.
Yeah, thank you. So because she's one of the really financially also supporting us too. So I'm very grateful for her to be with us. And at the same time, the Tibetan tradition is a very, very important aspect of especially the side of the compassion is always. So now I think we can connect to the Shinji Harada, if I'm correct.
One thing our master likes to tell us is to smile. It's so simple, but it's very contagious. Something that I'm glad I have is a habit of my own, that I can't help but smile. If I'm not smiling, you know something's wrong. You go, what's wrong? Oh, I'm a little sick. Oh, okay. So you can kind of tell if I'm unhealthy or just in a little bit of a bad mood. But usually, I'm almost always smiling. And I've noticed, when I first moved here, I'm from California. I moved to New Jersey. And I had to take the train to go to school. And being a Buddhist monk, wearing bright orange, you can't help but notice me. And a lot of people were very new to it. So I did what I did. I smiled. And a lot of people at first gave me the look like, who are you? What are you doing here? Why are you here? As people are ignorant, they're not sure what they are. They're a little fearful. But as I continued to smile, little by little, from that tension that came up, people started to be more open. Little by little, people started to talk to me. And it all started from just a smile. So I encourage you, this is a very, very simple way to spread peace. So simple. Smile to each other. And in a way, you yourself have become a model for peace. Little by little.
Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Wonderful. Anybody else? One more person? The last person for this segment.
Easy if you try. No help below us, above us only sky. You're more than all the people living for today. You imagine there's no countries. Isn't hard to do. No greed to greed or hunger, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You must have a dream about, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions, and wonder if you can. Nothing to kill or die for. A brotherhood of men. More than all the people sharing all the world. You must have a dream about, that I'm not the only one.
is Susana Bastarrica, Reverend Susana Bastarrica. I am delighted to be here tonight for the celebration of Heiwa, which is the Peace and Reconciliation Foundation of New York, with our dear friend TK Nakagaki. So it's my honor and my pleasure to be celebrating with peace, and also with Mohammed Shahidullah, who comes every year to the Central Park event to celebrate the International Day of Peace. Please join us the 16th of September. God bless you. Salam alaikum.
Thinking about when everybody tries to find their inner peace, it's very important to remember there's a lot of people out there that are struggling to find any kind of peace in their life at all. It's very, very hard to just calm down and not feel that whatever's going on in your life, to just let it go and feel peaceful when there's really a lot of difficulties in the world. And I'd like people, when they do find their inner peace, that they share it, and they're very generous with it. And they go out in the world and actually, in a practical way, whatever way it is, try to help every individual with that struggle, because it's much harder than just saying find your inner peace or be peaceful. When you're angry and frustrated and having a lot of trouble, mentally ill, having trouble with drugs, all these things, it's just not that simple. And people have to really take what they find here and work hard to bring it out to people.
Lynch. I'm the president of the Buddhist Council, and I'm here to support Reverend Nakagaki in his wonderful work with the Heiwa Foundation. He's phenomenal, and he's doing worldwide changing work. Thank you so much.
I am very close friend of Nakagaki. She's a very casual but very beautiful, deep person, and spends a lot of time with me.
Almost like 10 years. Basically, born and raised in the same city in Osaka, Japan. Yeah, so anyway, yes, I'm very. 日本語ダメですか?
Hello, I'm Rio Osama. I'm from Japan. I came here because I love music. This is music place, and I want to be professional singer-songwriter. So I'm writing my songs with him, and I want to make this world happy. That's why, and peace. I wish everybody become happy from my song. So I'm making songs, so everybody's peace. I wish.
Oka. I play with Rio, and I'm here to support Mr. Nagasaki, and I got his name wrong, but Nakagaki, and the foundation that he's trying to start. I think it's a really good cause, and I think it's really good to support peace anywhere that you can.
Davey, I wish Reverend Nakagaki the best in this venture, and I look forward to many activities. Thank you.
Mother Harlan Nakagaki. I'm Reverend Nakagaki's wife. Thank you very much. Do you have any questions? And finally, he's starting his new organization, and I think he has a very unique perspective he can bring to things, because he's a Buddhist priest from Japan, so he's bringing something from Japanese culture, but he's also worked with Buddhist Council of New York, so he has a lot of experience dealing with many different Buddhist traditions, and also the Interfaith Center of New York, and working with Muslim communities and Bangladeshi communities and many different religions, Christian, Jewish, so many traditions. So I think he's in a very unique position to be able to bring all of these things together and hopefully get different groups to work with each other. And this is one of the beauty of being in New York, is that you can do that, because we have such amazing diversity here. One thing that always surprises me about New York, and one thing I've learned from my being able to help him with work, is that we can find in New York everything from the grandest cathedrals to small religious organizations that operate in the back of a laundromat or things like that. You can find these things everywhere in New York, and every community brings their own traditions, their own practices, and sometimes they remain in their own corners of the city, and it's very important for us to bring it together, to stitch it together like the beautiful tapestry that it is.
Hi, my name is Susan Hamaker of Japan Culture NYC, and I'd like to congratulate Reverend TK Nakagaki on this new adventure for him. I've always admired the way that he brings us all together in the name of peace, and this is especially a great time in this country for all of us to come together and just be kind to one another, and I think Reverend Nakagaki is a great leader for that, and I'm very excited about this project.
Did very great things. The peace and reconciliation is the most important topic in the world today. There are so many wars. The people nervous. So both inner peace and outer peace are very important in the world. Yeah,
My name is Rifa from Buddhist community. My organization is Buddhist Peaceful Enlightenment. Nakagaki found the Heavy Peace and Decoration Foundation of New York. He make the peace events every year. So he did a lot of work for peace. So we need the peace in the world, so we support my
name is Carletta Joy Walker, and I wish tremendous success, because what else would you wish for peace? It benefits us all. Yay, TK! Oops.
Hello. Yeah, attention please. So anyway, I hope you're enjoying the food. But we're supposed to do the kampai for this organization to begin. So I forgot to ask anybody. So
my name is TK Nakagaki. I'm the founder and president of the new organization called Heiwa. That's a Japanese word. Heiwa. Heiwa, Peace and Reconciliation Foundation of New York. And this is basically the brand new organization that I started. And I feel like this is peace is a very, very important message, but yet so many violence, so many, the what do you call it, situation right now, too many violence, too many kind of a tragedy that I see, and then plus, we have a lot of negative energy, but we need more positive energy of the peace. So that's one of the reasons that I wanted to start. But at the same time, I practice Buddhism, and among the Buddhist community, of course, human beings. So sometimes we have a problem for the angers and so forth. So that's why this is actually one of the organizations try to bring the opposite side and have a dialogues and so forth too. It's not just everything is nice and quiet, but peace means we also have a conflict there, so we need to deal with those. But yet, not only surface level, we wanted to deal with the mind, and important to bring the compassion and the wisdom within ourselves. So that's what the focus of this too. By the way, this is my 25th year being New York. So that's one of the reasons too. Really the reason, maybe. Since 25 years I've been here and I'm doing the Buddhist practice. But I feel like one of the peace Hiroshima Nagasaki that I've been organizing every summer in August, and that also will be 25th year this year. So I feel like this tradition of bringing the peace, bringing the awareness of peace is very important. And so that's why I wanted to start organization so that we can continue. Even I may be gone, and still be able to continue for this message of the peace and the reconciliation. And so, so that's where this comes from. And not only August, but also every day we need to have more peace. And then, so that's the kind of hope that I have. So I hope this organization bring peace and happiness to all of you and all of the New Yorkers and all over the world. So thank you so much for this opportunity to interview me, and peace to you all.
My name is Tak Promoto. I'm an honorary chairman of New York Hiroshima Kai, which I'm a co-founder, and that took place in 1987. I known Reverend Nakagaki for 25 years when he first came from Fresno to New York. And he had asked me at the time to make a speech. And at that time was 50th anniversary of Hiroshima atomic bomb commemoration. And that's how we met. Ever since then, we've been doing this event, and I have been reading the Peace Declaration of Mayor of Hiroshima. Actually, Peace Declaration is written by Mayor of Hiroshima. However, it is the words of Hibakusha, the victim of atomic bomb. And so I known Reverend Nakagaki for 25 years, and he's full of energy. He's the one who created this peace event, and he's holding it up, and he's going to continue to do so. Fortunately for me, I hang on to his coattails and I support him. But I think with this foundation, I think he got a couple of wings on him. I think it's going to really take off more than ever before. He came with a dream, and he has realized his dream, but I think even more so from now on. I think it's a great day today, launching this particular event.
Letta Joy Walker, and I've written this book, Peace Building, which is a manual for living peacefully every day, learning conciliation. And one of the inspirations and the dedication in the book is to TK Nakagaki Sensei. And there are several Dharma talks in here. And I've been, since I met TK, I've been participating in the peace marches and peace recognizing Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and I did this poem, The Time Has Come, which is a peace poem. So that this effort is getting even brighter is very exciting.
Hi, my name is Stephen Whitley. I practice Won Buddhism, 57th Street between First and Sutton Place, and also practice with Nakagaki Jodo Shinshu at the Chogyesa Center every second Saturday of the month. And I'm here to support Reverend TK on his endeavor, the Heiwa Peace Foundation. I think it's very important that we support peace throughout the world, and be supportive, and do our part to promote peace throughout the world.